What's up, YouTube family? I am Mike G, and you are back on the other side. I'm bringing you an interview tonight with Terrence T-Rex McKinney. He is a current UFC lightweight fighter. He holds the lightweight record for the fastest knockout in division history, 7 seconds. What's up, man? How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Just got doing practice. We're a little banged up, but glad we pushed through and just did the second practice, even though we didn't need to.
What's your go-to for bumps and bruises after practice? Is it an ice pack? Is it Tylenol? What's the first thing you go to?
Well, I've been getting a lot of
Nothing.
mat burns, so right now just put some Vaseline on that motherfucker.
Right on it. Wrestling tonight?
I did some gi work tonight.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You were born in Spokane, Washington. You didn't spend your whole childhood there. I think you were there till you were 10, and then you.
No, I
No?
was born in Chicago.
Wikipedia is wrong all the time.
And then I lived there till I was like 8 or 9. Then I moved back in with my mom. She was stationed out there in Georgia. And then she was stationed in Germany, Frankfurt. We lived out there for like 2 years. And then she married this guy named Ross, and we ended up moving to Davenport, Washington. Didn't stay there very long. And then we moved to Spokane, and that kind of became my home.
The way you said a guy named Ross, that doesn't make it sound like you're a huge fan.
No, I am. My mom just had a lot of guys. I guess she was hitting her trials and errors, I guess.
Hey, we all learn one way or another, man.
No, but he was actually my favorite out of them all.
Right on. Shout out to Ross.
Yeah, Ross McClure,
Um,
he was goated.
who? What was that?
Ross McClure, that's his last name. He was goated.
Okay,
Yeah.
right on. Um, you said it was okay to ask you about this. I read some stuff about your mother that I guess was kind of surprising. It's not what you expect to hear necessarily about someone's mom when you're reading about them. If you don't mind sharing a little bit about her background. You already said she military. Thank you for your service, first of all. Kind of a tough lady.
Yeah. No, my mom's a dog. She's savage. So my mom, of course, she grew up in Chicago.
Hmm.
Then went to New York and stuff. That she was moving a little bit too as well. Uh, the stuff was so bad in Chicago. Like she was like, damn. At that point, she just had to choose a side just for survival rate.
Sure.
And yeah, my mom was against the disciple. Uh,
GDs.
she had a crazy going. Uh, basically, she got stabbed in the artery before, almost died, and then for like disrespecting the gang, she had to get her hand hit with a bat on the fence post 3 times. And
Oh,
just because I was watching, she didn't even cry not one time, and had to get her hand struck with the bat 3 times.
and I've heard of stuff like that. 2x4s. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Man.
you have that
There you
never
go.
give up mentality, and just to know like as long as you keep going, you persevere. Like there's no reason why your life can't change. It's really up to you, and not to give up, and just she taught me
Absolutely.
just believe.
Yeah.
Just to
Um,
and to speak everything into existence.
I'm a
Power,
big believer of that.
like they said, they be saying it's manifesting, but the power of life and death in the tongue is talked about in the Bible. So like, you want good things
Hmm.
to happen, speak life, and not just live by that.
Absolutely, man. I I read that you went through some. It didn't really matter where you were living growing up. At school, you dealt with some bullying at multiple places. Can you talk about that? Because there's not any. I've never known anyone that hasn't experienced bullying on some level.
Yeah, cause I was just a little runt. I was like 70. Just to give you guys an example, I was 90 something pounds my freshman year, and 75 pounds in 8th grade. Like I was never really a big guy growing up. But I would get it from my family members too. It sucks. I was small as that's just how kids are. whatever
Mm-hmm.
happens to them, they go down the line and do it to whoever they can do it to, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I experienced that, and then Davenport getting called Blackie and stuff. So like, I was always fighting all the time because like, you know, and I always had a big old gap. I was getting called Little Bill and shit. It was hilarious. so yeah, I ended up having a tough skin. It's not. It takes a lot to get me unglued.
Right on. There's it's amazing how some people, I guess, it either makes you or break you. There's some people that go through that, and it wrecks them, and they never recover, or even worse. And then there's some people that it makes stronger. I'm glad that you came out tougher for it, man.
Thank you, man.
Tell me about discovering wrestling. Was it in high school?
It was in. It was right when my mom married a guy Ross. I used to fight all the time, and she was like, "You know what? You should try that stuff your stepdad was doing, wrestling." And I got to the practice. I'm thinking it was WWE. I'm thinking, oh
Nope.
man, this stuff these chicks. No hell, no, it's completely different. And then I tried it, and I thought I was losing the match, and I almost took first at the first tournament I ever went to.
Wow, you fell
I
in love
gave up because I
immediately?
thought I was already losing. You know what I mean? It shows that as long as you like, it's all mentality when it comes to anything. You know, like
Sure.
it's who wants to win the most. That's what all it comes down to sometimes.
Yeah. Did you fall
So
in love with wrestling immediately, or did it
no,
take a
I
little
quit.
while?
I quit. I was like, oh, this shit made me mad as hell.
How did you end up getting back?
I ended up wrestling in middle school, and I was undefeated. And then I started wrestling my freshman year, and I was about to quit again. And then a guy named Sean Howard talked into me. He ended up becoming like pretty much a father figure to me in high school, and really just helped change me around mentally, and helped me heal a lot from the trauma that I dealt with. And I ended up going 0-6 to almost being able to qualify for state. Ended up making it to regionals, and was one match away from going to state my freshman year.
Wow.
And I was 33-11, and then the next year I ended up taking third at state. I fell in love with it, and I just started wrestling in the summer. I became obsessed with the sport. It became like no one wanted to wrestle me by the time I was a senior. Like they hated wrestling me. I was just so driven, you know.
Hell yeah.
I was so in
Um,
love with the sport.
Now, going into college, you wrestled in college. Can you tell us about that?
My freshman year, it kind of started out the same. So my freshman year, right away, I had to wrestle a guy third NAIA, and I'm doing good. And then I'm winning. I reverse him, he take me down. I reverse him, put him on his back, and I'm feeling good. And then some weird thing happened when I'm on top. He does this crazy roll and flips me on my back and pins me. I'm like, what the hell was that? That was crazy. I was so embarrassed. But then I found out later on that he does that to everybody. And then the next match, I wrestled a kid ranked number 2 in the nation for NAIA. And
Hmm.
then I only lost 5-4. And I was like, you know what? I might be able to do something. I might be able to do this. And
Yeah, you
then,
belong. Yeah.
uh, of course, I got addicted again. And then later on that season, we're wrestling the number 1 school in the nation. We're number 2. And they're smashing us. I think we lost every match, and I'm coming up. And I'm about to wrestle the number 1 kid in the nation in my weight class. Uh, and the match is crazy. Right away, I take him down, put him on his back with a single leg triple straight to his back. I'm up 4-0, and I get tired. This guy's a veteran, so he knows how to stay calm. And
Hmm.
then he comes back, and I think he started getting right time, and he's about to win. There's 10 seconds left, and I hit the move that the dude pinned me with at the beginning of the season. And I grabbed it and caught the dude, put him on his back. I'm flicking off everyone in the stands because they always doubt me. And I was like, I fucking told you. Ah! That was probably the sickest thing I've ever seen in your house. It was so awesome.
Did
And
anyone get it on filmed where you could watch it?
Yeah, I don't got
No.
it, but I got the picture where I'm like, look, it made it to the newspaper. It was sick as hell.
That's awesome. I immediately think of Nate Diaz, I believe, triangle choking Kurt Pellegrino with the middle fingers in the air.
It was low key some Nate Diaz shit. It was hard.
Right on. Um, One of the main reasons I wanted to speak with you, as I told you, on this channel, I try and share stories of struggle and redemption, and you have as much of one of those as anybody I could possibly talk to in the UFC right now. You encountered something in, I believe it was 2015, while you were in college, that absolutely changed your life in an instant. Can you tell us about that night in 2015?
It was actually that's just when the court case got done, but
Okay.
it was it was pretty much like 2014.
Okay.
I'm at like a kickback party type thing, and I'm getting drunk and stuff, and and I end up taking like vial of acid overnight the shrooms, and this is how it started. Uh, so and then
Was
after
this a
that,
regular type thing for you, or like just all of a sudden at once one night?
nah, I used to always just do crazy stuff like that. I was
Gotcha.
wild now, so I end up seeing demons and stuff, and I start praying, and they made me start speaking in like a whole nother language, and I'm like, what the heck? So I was like, these demons must think I'm retarded or something. And I was like, I know. I'll start praying in my head. I was like, you can't control my thoughts. So I start praying in my head, and then I'm able to like speak English again. And I stand up, and I start
Hmm.
walking towards them. I was like, I'm not afraid of you guys, because I always just I don't know what it is. I always just been on savage mode. So I start walking towards like the demons, right? They shut my body down, and I have to watch myself fall through the window in slow motion. I'm trying to stop it at all force, like my whole body is tensing up, trying to stop it. And then, boom, I smacked it. Boom,
He
I'm
fell out
knocked
of
out.
windows.
Yeah,
Oh
fell
my
right
god.
through the window, just like this, like. And I couldn't do anything except the last second I could turn my head a little bit. And I'm kind of glad I did because it made like a smooth break, and like I could have died
Hmm.
probably right there, to be honest.
Where were you? Were you at your house?
No, I was at a kickback.
Oh my goodness.
And after that, I feel like all reality melted. And then like I'm fighting the cops for my trip, and then I end up finding out in real life I'm fighting the cops. I'm doing all this crazy stuff,
Mm.
and then I end up dying like 3 times back in the ambulance. And then
So, say that again.
yeah, I end up dying 3 times. My heart stopped like 3 times. Going to the hospital after fighting the cops.
Damn.
Yeah,
Wow.
and after that, I wake up the next day and like I escaped the hospital. I was supposed to go to jail right when I woke up. So, and
Sure.
I was still like so powerful. Like I ripped my hand, broke the cuffs off the thing. Uh, it basically took them off me. It was crazy. It slid my hand out, and then I ended up finding some random clothes, snuck out the hospital, and eventually ended up making it home. Uh, and then my mom was trying to find out what happened. I wouldn't tell her. And then she ended up calling the right hospital where I was at, and they's like, "Yo, you're supposed to go to jail. He did yada yada yada." And yeah, the rest was just going to court back and forth. It was crazy. Like I thought I was about to be in jail for like forever. I injured 4 cops. It was a scary time for me right there.
Wow. I'm kind of surprised that as out of it as you were, that they would charge you with, hurting them.
I ended up having to do like 240 hours of community service, and I was speaking for the police, like just basically helping the kids, making sure kids don't
Sure.
make the same mistake. I was really blessed and fortunate that gig. Like I was kind of blessed that I looked young, because I was pretty much about to be 21 by the time it was over. So
Wow.
for me to get something like that, I was like blessed to like that I looked young. So they like God let them have mercy on me, and then like I got to get into a program called Divergent, and yeah, just 240 hours community service. Did the class at the UFC, and then I was free to go. Not no more record.
Man, you are a lucky individual. In addition to dying in the ambulance multiple times, going through that window,
No,
that
that's
could have
God,
killed you.
brother. He had a plan.
Those cops fighting with you, they
Yeah,
could have killed you. I mean,
yeah,
you're a very,
exactly.
very lucky individual.
Yeah,
You're
God is
blessed,
good.
blessed. Yeah,
Yeah,
blessed
blessed,
man.
man. Yeah.
Um, how do you go from dying in an ambulance to becoming an MMA fighter?
So like, I didn't tell you about my trip, but in my trip, like, I fought all the baddest people on the planet, become like one of the baddest motherfuckers on the planet, and I think since God showed me, I was like, that's only one place you can do that. Well, in like the like the real world, and that's the UFC.
Hmm.
So after I get kicked out, I went to D2, try to win the national titles, and like things just kept falling through because court. And then I ended up going to Notre Dame College, and it was going good. I beat the kid that took second at nationals, 7-6. So I think I'm about to start, and they're trying to make me redshirt, basically trying to hold me back so they can win it
Hmm.
2 years in a row. And I was like, that's not my plan. I dropped out of school right there, and that's where my MMA journey started. And like within like 2 years of training, I was on a contender series, and then COVID happened. Then I went on like
Hmm.
once I was able to fight again, I had to get surgery on my shoulder. I had to fought. I fought the contender series with a torn labrum and a fractured ball in my shoulder, and then I tried to fight again, and it went out again. And I was like, I'm done being dumb, thinking I can beat people with my body not
Yeah,
in good shape. So I got the surgery, and I got bigger because all I could do was
yeah.
lift. And then I ended up going up the weight class to 155, and
Hmm.
the rest was history.
Man, you just took my last three questions right out of my mouth. Right on. You have, as I said in the intro, you have the record in the UFC lightweight division for fastest knockout ever, and it was in your debut. That's right,
Yes, sir.
Matt Frevola, who is not, he's no slouch.
Yeah,
Um,
he dog.
he's a beast. Tell us what that was like. First of all, what is it like walking to the cage the first time? Like that?
In that moment, it just felt like I just felt like I belonged. I was like everything just felt right. You know, I prayed.
Hmm.
I've been doing everything right. I've been working hard, and I just felt like it was just my time. You know, and my coach believed in me. Like at first, I didn't want to do a fight. I was like, short notice, Matt, for roller coaster. I was like, I don't know about that.
It
And
was
he
less than
believed me.
2 weeks' notice, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
fought like a week before. And I was like, if you believe in me, then I believe in it too. My coach Pablo, and I was like, let's do it. And then so the whole week was just looking right. I finally got to meet Izzy, so that was sick.
Hmm.
So I'm feeling good. I met Jamal Hill there. We fought a contender series together, so like the whole
Hmm.
vibe was right. And then we're in the back. My coach was like, this guy likes to kick when he fights tall fighters. That's the first strike he does. So we're drilling in the back. Him throwing the kick and me hitting the 1-2 as soon as I could see him kick. And we're just timing it back. Probably did like 100 times, me and Coach
Hmm.
Pablo. And we get out there, we touch hands. I see him about to switch feet to kick, and I throw that 1-2 as fast as I can, just like a gentleman's back. And gave him a couple grounded pounds. I almost blew out my kneecap. Then one moment, Joe Rogan came out, and he usually don't come out to the main card. So
Hmm.
like, it's something I'll never forget. Like you said, I've been blessed, and I appreciate what God's done so far in my life.
It's as good a UFC debut as you'll find. Let's see here. You have fought, I think it's 9 times now in the octagon.
Yeah, 9 times in the UFC already.
Okay, what is your goal in fighting? I've talked to fighters who've said my goal is just to make as much money as I can. I've talked to guys that want to be the best in the world. I've talked to guys that say they want the belt. What is your motivation for being a UFC fighter?
To be the baddest man on the planet, and that's only one way to do that, and that's to get the belt. And
Hmm.
like I never been a person just want to do something. Like if I do something, I got to be the best at, and that's why I'm willing to take these risks now, make these mistakes now, so when I fight for the belt, and I got all these mistakes out the way, and what does that leave the person to capitalize on? And nothing. And I know, like, I got all the attributes to be the champion. I'm big for the weight class. I'm fast. I'm powerful. I
Mm-hmm.
just gotta, and I finally found the right team out here in Florida at Fusion, and I think we're just gonna finally put it all together, and I know like the rest is gonna be history.
If you had one fight so far in your UFC career to where maybe just everything went wrong, from the training camp sucked, or there were injuries, or you just didn't feel right on fight night. Have you had a fight like that where it just felt off from start to finish?
The Bond Fiend fight one sucked. Um, yeah, cause I had to cut weight on the plane,
How do
right?
you cut weight on a plane?
Not eat and starve, and then pretty much had to work out right when I get land. It was terrible. And then like
Man,
we were drilling, right? Me and my homie were wrestling, and he eye pokes me, and I see triple the whole week.
oh no,
The rest of the week, I had to fight seeing triple. But like I said, that's where you can't be prideful, because in my heart as a fighter, I still believe I can go out there and still get the job done.
hmm
But as you see, like usually my strikes are very accurate. That fight, I don't think I could land anything. It was like I really couldn't see. That's why you saw me hold him on the cage. I was just trying to think. I was like, dude, I can't see nothing. I can't hit him because the
right.
light was so bright. It was making me see triple.
Now, are you the type of guy that let me back up. Why didn't you pull out of that fight if you couldn't see?
Uh, like I said,
Too much? Is it macho? Is that what it is? You
yeah,
won't put you
I
won't
was
walk in?
prideful. You know what I mean? I really
Gotcha,
thought I could still go out there and get it done.
gotcha.
But
Did
like
this?
everything was just like a little bit off. But like that first knee, if I could see it, like there's a lot of fights I want to get back because I want to get all the losses back. Honestly, like I said, I feel like I'm capable of winning all those fights. It's like I tell people, it's about who shows up that night. That's what's so crazy about the fight game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell me about where you train. Shout out the gym.
I train at Fusion XL now. In Kauai, Florida, pretty much Orlando. Uh, I'd only been here for like 3 weeks, but Coach Julian's been like a huge blessing. Like I'm learning so much, and it's just nice. And it's nice being around with people that like want to be the best. So like, there's always like 30 something, 40 people in the gym. And there's never
Yeah.
a day where you won't get good work.
Um, how far in the future do you see your hand being raised and Dana wrapping the belt around your waist?
Really, it's really up to me how fast it is. And lately, I've been like I actually feel like being serious. I ain't gonna lie. I got kind of comfortable. I don't think I was as serious as I need to be, but I think now I'm really starting to just lock in because I have to realize like how do you expect to beat these guys that are doing everything right year round? Like that's why the Dagestanians are so great. Like they're not doing
Yeah,
anything wrong, and uh
nothing.
and, like how do you expect to beat someone that's not doing nothing wrong? You know what I mean? It's gonna be pretty hard to do. So
hmm
just working on just better my lifestyle through and through. Cause like I had to just tell myself I got no reason not to train 2 times a day year round. I don't got nowhere to be, no job. Like this is my job. So like I'm just trying to take it a little bit more serious and just really make this a lifestyle and just humbling myself again and knowing that's something I can learn from any individual on my team.
Right on. Um, do you think in any way that having as spectacular a debut as you did raised that pride level a little bit, and maybe in a small way, the way you were just saying, made you complacent? Is that possible? For myself, I could see myself doing
Yeah,
that, for a
yeah.
fighter
I'll
to
say
being like,
kind of
I did
that.
that thing.
It kind of just believing in my power too much. You know what I mean? I had to
Right.
find some humility. Because like when you like if you can land clean, you put in main lights out. You think you don't have to train as hard. I'll start
Mhm.
getting comfortable. You know, being
Yeah.
not serious about maintaining my weight and making the weight cut harder for myself. Like I said, just yeah,
I don't
got
know how you made featherweight.
got too comfortable. Oh yeah, that was terrible, brother. Like the contender series, which also sucked, is I was like he cut 20 something pounds too, and so did I though for that week. So
Man,
it sucked for both of us.
I don't know how you can fight like that. I wouldn't be able to walk across the room. Like
And then like I knew it was time for me to move up. Once my body kept breaking down, I kept getting injured because usually I never get injured. But every time
sure.
I was cutting to 45, I started getting random injuries, and that's when I knew I was like, it's time to go up.
Yeah. Um, of all the people you've encountered in your fight career, coaches, managers, training partners, if you had to pick one person that was the most influential in getting you to where you are right now, who would that be?
uh, Shoot, I couldn't just say one person. You know what I mean? But Pablo Alfonso,
You can say a few if you want.
John Howard, Jamel Jones, James
Doomsday
Lee,
Howard,
huh?
John Doomsday Howard,
No, Sean Howard. That's his name, Sean
Sean
Howard.
Howard. I think he said John
Yeah,
Howard.
yeah. And then, but especially Coach Pablo, like he's the one who put my hands all together and made me go on that crazy knockout streak. But I'll say Pablo, Sean Howard, James Weed, Rick Little, and then Suge too. Like these guys I've worked with out in Texas, they helped me grow in a way. But it was time for me to go on because I felt like I learned everything I could learn there. And I'm in the spot where I'm continuous learning now, so I'm really happy about the move.
That's awesome. What is your favorite way to end a fight? Not necessarily KO or submission. If you had to pick up, a left uppercut or a spinning wheel kick, what's your favorite way to finish a fight?
I
If you
love
could
the head
have it
kick.
your way,
I
what's
love the
that?
head kick. I love the
The
head
head
kick.
kick. What's the greatest head kick knockout in MMA history?
Leota front kick or Anderson.
Okay.
I got the train with Leota. That's a bad motherfucker. He comes
Do
he
you,
comes to Fusion and that motherfucker still got it. I'll tell
oh,
you
I
that.
believe it. Do you remember Edson Barbosa, Terry Edom?
Yeah, no, that you talking about the spinning wheel kick?
Yeah, that was
Spinning heel
that.
kick, I mean. Yeah, that one was nasty, but definitely them front kicks though, by those. Those are vicious.
Yeah, yeah,
Those
definitely.
are vicious.
Or Chandler Ferguson.
Oh yeah, that one was vicious too.
Yeah, the slow mo. Yeah,
But really, it was Justin Gaethje's fault. He ruined Tony's career.
I think so, man. I really do.
Because that shit was a crucial ass beating.
That was bad.
That would
Yeah,
took years off anyone's life.
yeah. That's what Khabib said. He said that you can't take that kind of beating, be the same, and he was right.
Yeah. But he was
Um,
the GOAT, man. He was that guy for a second.
yeah, he's one of my all-time favorites. There's not many guys that have been called
No
the
matter
Boogie
what, you just
Man.
gotta love Tony because like he always comes with that energy. You know what I mean?
Just kicking metal poles out in the driveway.
Yeah, he's hilarious, man. He's cool. Shit on me.
I would love to talk to Tony sometime.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I forgot to throw Mike Kiss in there as well too. He was essential in there when I was coming up.
right on. Who Oh, okay. Here's one. What's the best advice you've been given in your career?
Uh, just remember that there's just too many people behind you to go backwards. So when I go into battle, I just think about my teammates, my family, God, and just I be feeling like Avatar. I got my whole line of spiritual
Yeah,
people that like actually affected my life. And I know I'm not in battle alone, and I could always push through.
that's awesome, man. All right. Do you have any strange fears or phobias?
I'm hella scared of dogs. I'm one of them black guys.
Are you just scared of dogs?
I fucking know they're scary, them motherfuckers.
All dogs?
Oh, dog, it could be a little chihuahua might jump on the couch.
You're bullshit, man. Are you serious?
I'm dead. And snakes. Snakes. Oh, hell no.
Dude, I have a pet snake.
Yeah, fuck no. You can
Okay.
even pay me to hold one of them motherfuckers.
Mine is heights and methamphetamine.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, pulled pork or brisket.
Pulled pork.
All right. Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson, both in their primes.
I'm gonna go Muhammad Ali. Not me, Mike Tyson. 100%.
Okay.
That
It is
motherfucker was
amazing
grown
how
at 15.
50-50. Do what?
He was grown at 15 years old.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Lambo or Bentley?
Lambo.
Right on. Both in their primes. GSP or Anderson Silva?
I'm gonna have to go GSP just because how Chael Sonnen was doing Anderson.
There you go.
I just know
Well,
GSP wouldn't have made no errors of getting submitted, so he'd win.
that's a hard one. Both those guys are so damn good. Anderson's my favorite ever.
Yeah.
All right. It's sunny out. You're rocking some shades. Are they Ray-Bans or Oakleys?
It's neither of those. I'll probably wear some Prada or
There
like
you
some
go.
or some Burberry.
Right on. Jordan or LeBron?
I'm gonna have to go with Jordan.
Right on. Hell yeah. Who is your favorite fighter ever?
Uh, Anderson Silva, Corey Sandhagen. I love Peter John. I got a lot of favorites. I love Dustin Poirier. I love Justin Gaethje. I love Charles Oliveira.
Your
Uh,
weight class.
yeah,
Right on.
and Izzy, Alex Pierre. Um, who else? Yeah, and then Cody No Love, always be one of
Yeah.
my favorites.
Right on.
Um, yeah, and then yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
Gotcha. Uh, who do
Oh
you
yeah, John
envision?
Jones. John Jones. I forgot
John
John Jones.
Jones. I got the goat right there. Who do you want to win the title against?
mm, either Islam or Armin would be cool.
Right on.
Actually,
Who
no,
do you think?
I would want to fight Joel Alvarez. That motherfucker is a killer. Probably the scariest motherfucker. I would just want to
Okay.
fight him just because I know he put that like that motherfucking fear of me to want to train like on some crazy shit. We're both killers, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, I really like watching him fight. That boy is he's powerful. I think he's one of the scariest. Him and Jalen Turner.
Yeah.
Them
I remember
motherfuckers.
watching
Them
Jalen
motherfuckers
on like some
dangerous.
underground street stuff a couple years back, like surrounded by bales of hay with dudes that don't speak English. Like it was wild.
No, them motherfuckers are snipers.
Yeah. All right. Why did you agree to do this interview?
Justin said good things about you, so like it was. If you're a friend of his, you're a friend of mine. So yeah.
Awesome, Justin. I haven't known him a whole lot longer than I've been speaking to you, but he seemed nice from the beginning and liked what I was doing. So yeah, thank you, man. Shout out to Justin.
Yeah, shout out to Justin.
All right. I only have a couple more questions. If you could give a message to those who are watching, who are struggling with big stuff, small stuff, all kinds of things, because none of us are immune to the bullshit that life feeds us. What would your message be to those people?
Just make sure you surround yourself by like people that's really gonna care about you, and just remember, in the darkest place, and in that tunnel, the brightest light. So just keep digging, you know. And remember, That if you want to win, it's all up to you. Just know that like whatever anyone says, like it don't matter because at the end of the day, only God can judge you, and I just rock by that. So don't be denied. Just remember, like you can do it, man. If I can do it, you can do it. Just remember, like there's people
Absolutely.
there's people that people don't want to do that do it. So why can't it be you? Just remember that. Why not me? Just always tell yourself, why not me?
Yeah, exactly, man. I agree with all of that. Um, when you're not training or fighting or running away from chihuahuas, what do you do with your free time? What are your what kind of hobbies do you got?
I'll just be hanging out, networking, playing Fortnite. Really, I just go to like hella different restaurants. I just love trying food. So yeah,
What's your favorite thing on the menu these days?
I always gotta get me some steak and lobster, surf and turf. You know,
Yeah.
I love going
What's
to
your
hibachi restaurants.
what's your favorite cut of beef?
I don't really have a favorite, but I would always go to filet mignon. They just have good flavor.
There you go. If I don't know if I've shared this about myself with you. Um, I smoke meat at a world champion barbecue establishment. I don't know if you have any plans on being in Fayetteville, Arkansas anytime soon, home of the Razorbacks. But if you ever are, come by and I will hook you up with the best brisket burn ins you've ever had in
All
your
right, no further questions. I'll definitely be down for that.
life. What's the best way for fans and friends of yours to keep up with you and what you have going on these days?
You guys can catch me at T-Rex 155, and that's TRECKS 155 on Twitter, Instagram, and then T-Rex 95 on TikTok.
Awesome, man. I don't have any more questions for you, Terrence. That's it. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I do this every time. It's a sign of respect. Thank you for blessing the channel with the interview. I can't wait to start seeing comments. It'll take a day or two. But as soon as there's the first one saying, man, I can't believe he's awesome. What a story. I'm going to send it to you. It'll take about 30 minutes for this to upload, and then I'll send you a copy of that. I appreciate you once again. I've talked to you a little while. I tell everybody at this point, I feel like you're a friend of mine. If you needed something, I'd be there for you. Hopefully, you feel the same way. And just thanks again, man. I really appreciate it.
Likewise, I appreciate you, Mike. You know, the pleasure's all mine. You did an awesome job, brother.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to watch you all the way up to the belt and after.
I appreciate you, Kent.
All right, man. Have a good one.
I love, bro.